commentary box now, as you say, good afternoon, Willie Thorne and John Virgo.
Good afternoon, Hazel. John Higgins gets the fifth frame underway, and both players now can settle. They've got the frames on the scoreboard. Trump, of course, had the perfect start, winning the first two frames. That had all settled him, but fair play to John Higgins, as we always know with John. Long way away with that one. But it looks as though it's going to run safe, so no harm done. Yes, Willie, when Judd Trump won the first two frames, John Higgins looked a little bit shaky, but as we know with John Higgins, he's got more than one way of playing or winning a frame.
Absolutely right, John, and when you consider he's only had one break over 30 in those first four frames, he levels at 2-2, which shows you, you know, undoubtedly one of the game's great match players. I totally agree with most people who are thinking that Judd Trump could just motor through this match and pot everything, but over this distance you're going to have to compete in some slow games, some safety games, and if he can do that, he could certainly win the World Championship. But I don't think he'll be able to just pot his way to the World Championship.
Line of four reds here. I don't know whether the bottom one could go close to the left corner. We'll soon see. We'll soon see. One. And he's just about on the brown. Here we go. I mean, the speed it's gone into the pocket, if it gets in the jaws, it'd have stayed there. Can he get through to this? I think he tried to get through a gap and maybe flick off the reds for this red to the right of the black, but can he get through there? He thinks he can. Ooh, a little shake of the head then. If you notice that, he was down just about to hit it, and then he stopped himself and he just had a little shake of the head, which tells me, well, if that's Hawkeye's view, the player's view, he can get through to it.
You're not disagreeing with Hawkeye, John, are you?
Oh, he's just caught it too thick. You can see the pain and anguish on his face. Dear me, that nearly dropped. When it caught the right-hand jaw, Willie, I thought there was no way for it to go in.
Yeah, played with a lot of side, didn't he, to try and help the pots. Obviously, our camera angle was telling us it was very tight. John Higgins, no problem in playing this punt, of course. If he hits the red, it goes in, so just be playing it for blue or bought colour.
One.
Wonderful views we can give you now. We're at the one table situation. Two straight on the blue, but there's a red over the right corner pocket, so no problem. Left corner as we look.
Essentially gets
Six.
quite a lot off the cushion here. You play two cushions and needs to be at least 8 or 9 inches off the cushion to make the black an absolute certainty. You don't want to be cutting them back into the pocket.
Just stand still, please. Thank you.
There's a couple of loose reds available. And that's just about to the inch.
7.
Now, some players have played through the gap here and just play into the pack, and knowing you're bound to be on one to the left or right, may decide to roll it in for the loose red, but Higgins is usually very attacking. Absolutely sure to be on one of the other reds if he does go into the bunch, but he doesn't fancy it. He's running through, maybe just a little lower on the black than he would like. Now, does he have an angle to get back under the black again?
14. Do you just want to hang on? Can you just go in position now, please? Thanks.
Just the run through off the second red, nicely.
If
he's straight enough, he can just run through for the black in the opposite corner. And he'd like an angle on the black here to nudge into the reds. It's bound to be on the one that's over the pocket he's playing the black, and a chance to loosen some reds. Well, he didn't feel as though it was worth the risk, but he wasn't happy with the angle, so he needs a good angle now, because there's no loose reds about.
31.
The middle red of the three on the right, he'd like to arc the cue ball into that gap there. Didn't quite get the arc, did he? It came very late. He hit the outside one of the three. He still has reds in the middle.
38.
A little bit fortunate, really, to get onto that red, because he tried to get into that middle red of those three there, and that would have opened the lot up. Fortunate to have one over the middle.
$39. $44.
Control cannon there, didn't go into them with any pace. He's on this red to the right corner. Whether he can, I don't think he can get on the black. He'll be screwing up for pink or blue here. If he plays it hard, he's just got to watch the left middle. We've got two reds. He doesn't
46.
mind at the moment. That's the thing that John Higgins is concentrating on now. Just get enough points so that Judd Trump will need a snooker, and that's two reds. He won't mind that.
Got a little bit too much into the cue ball there. That's just about the only place it's not good.
51.
He had about 6 inches of space to play in and left of the pink, and just got a little bit too much side as he hit the second cushion. Judd looks on, knowing that this red is now missable. Just that little bit too much side there. Just want a little less side, and he would have come inside the pink and been perfect on both reds. As it is, he's got a very tough shot to play with the rest, and he's 46 in front, so not over the line yet.
It is.
You see it, 46 ahead, 75 remaining. Mr. Red played with an element of safety. That cue ball's close to the corner, but it's okay.
51.
Didn't really fully commit to the pot, and with a 46-point lead, can't really blame him. Well, it was half a chance, but In all fairness, Judd knows if you're going to miss that, you're going to miss it on the thin side, not on the thick side. Chance for John Higgins.
One.
Well, the kiss always helps. Miss the kiss, no pot on, have to play a snooker. Kiss on any of the baulk colours always leaves a thin cut on one colour or the other. This time he's got thin ones on green and brown. Need at least 2 more reds after potting this green with colours, and that'll make the frame safe.
Well, he looked at that and a little shake of the head. Now, can he get past the pink to pot this red?
Sorry.
Well, I'm looking at his body language and he can't.
4.
Well, we say this game's all about fraction. If that cue ball had run on another half an inch, he'd have had a straightforward red. And then surely you'd say he clinched the frame, but it's just stopped short. And the red to the left of the pink is not an easy pot by any means.
Well, what a good recovery, as John rightly said, wasn't on the desired red, but that was very, very missable. The crowd warmly appreciating how difficult that cut was. OK, he was relying on good fortune to where the cue ball would finish, but he played it in such a way that he was likely to come in and out of baulk and deserved to win the frame from that shot, which he looks like doing now.
8.
Yeah, it was one of those, as thin as you can. And the cue ball finished nicely on the baulk colour. And that red
9.
puts him 55 points in front, with just 51 remaining, and a nice easy pink.
$15. 16.
No way that Judd Trump will be coming back to the table now. I mean, Judd Trump knows the task in hand when you're playing someone of the experience and ability of John Higgins.
23.
He won the first 2, that would have settled him, but losing the next 3 would be a little bit
24.
of a shock to the system. But plenty of time to get going again. It's best of 35 now, of course, the final, first to 18.
31.
I think this final is probably as exciting as one we've had for many years.
Thank you.
It's got everything really, hasn't it, Willie? Experience. We've got the flair and flamboyance of Judd Trump, the youngster.
37.
All the ingredients to make it a great end to what has been a great tournament.
39.
Yes, different format this year. We're playing 9 frames this evening, 8 this afternoon, 9 this evening, and starting a little earlier tomorrow for the final sessions. 7 o'clock we start tonight, 9 frames
42.
being played. So there's 17 total played today. I suppose already you'd be thinking of, you know, maybe 9-8, the worst way to say
46.
you're still in the match. Any other scoreline, you start to be worried for the man that's behind. Oh, a little trick shot from John.
51.
Yeah, a little bit of right hand, well, a lot of right-hand side.
57.
Mhm.